Good morning and welcome to the NBA Daily, live from Summer League. I'm Dave DuFour here with S. Baraheni and our special guest, Sam Vecenie. Tapping in, we're thinking about the future because we're at Summer League. Yeah. So we're going to preview next season's awards. We're going to try to guess who's going to win based on the BetMGM current odds at Summer League, because Sam Vecenie thought ahead on this. Sam, you want to start with Rookie of the Year? I mean, we're at Summer League. There's all these rookies out here. Dylan Harper and Cooper Flagg just faced off. It looked amazing. Who's your favorite for Rookie of the Year?
So per the BetMGM, sportsbook partner of the Athletic.
Yes.
Odds for Rookie of the Year. Cooper Flagg is minus 225. Tre Johnson plus 900, so that's 9-1.
Yeah.
Ace Bailey 10-1. VJ Edgecombe 10-1. Dylan Harper 14-1. Con Knipple 30-1. All of Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Cedric Coward 35-1. And then we get deeper and deeper into it. So look, I think Cooper is rightfully listed here as the clear favorite.
As the best player in the draft class, at least that we know of. But what about his role there, right? Because Rookie of the Year is not just, hey, you're really good. I think he's got to perform, and it's not like he's going to get a ton of shots compared to if he was on a bad team, right?
I think he might. I'm going to be honest with you. I think he might, just because look at the Mavericks backcourt at the end of the day, right? Like, it's going to be D'Angelo Russell.
Yep.
It's going to be Najee Marshall.
Right. Yeah.
Dante Exum's going to be there. Caleb Martin's going to be on the wing, obviously, as well. And then you have the PJ Washingtons. You obviously have Anthony Davis, who will take up a share of shots as well. And, Daniel Gafford. Like, the front court is somewhat loaded. And I do think that Cooper Flagg's best position in the NBA is going to be as like a mismatch, hybrid 3-4 in the way that you often see with guys like that. But I do think that they're probably going to let him kind of rock a little bit, because this year's like a little bit of a throwaway for them they try and
Is it a throwaway?
Can it be a throwaway?
Because we don't know when Kyrie's coming back.
Well, right.
And then the other aspect is their offense is going to be wonky until Kyrie comes back anyways. And there's going to be opportunities. To your point, mismatch hunting. You need to have someone who's going to be able to attack the basket. Yeah, sure. AD can work in certain actions, post-ups, etc. But I think Cooper will have opportunity to get some touches and some shots.
Yeah.
And that just might be it for, like, can you get 15 shots a game from Cooper Flagg?
In which case you feel like he's clearly the front runner.
If he takes 15 shots a game, he's winning.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if he'll get to 15.
It's a lot.
But the other thing about Cooper is that he's actually a real passer as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he can genuinely mismatch create, force the help, and then hit the kick out. Like, he's genuinely very capable.
Good
of
ball
that.
Passer, like the connection he had with Kamal Malawach and Duke was really impressive.
And Jason Kidd loves a big point guard, right? So he's going to have, we've seen him have opportunities. He's pushing the ball in the break, bringing the ball up a lot in Summer League, taking a lot of shots off the dribble, playing aggressively. I can see why you feel like he's going to get a lot of run.
Yeah, so so I'll ask you, because you've done a lot more into these guys.
He's done way more draft work than I have. Yeah.
Who would you have it to?
I do like Tre being second in odds here, because Washington is going to have a lot of opportunity for him to take some shots. The egalitarian offense. And also, I think with the way their offensive system works, there's a world in which he can get a lot of looks in transition, a lot of easy opportunities from three-point line. If you think about, like, the way they work with Bub Carrington and Alex Sarr in pick-and-roll situations, he can just feed off of those guys and get to, like, 12 points a game just because he's so streaky as a shooter. He can catch fire for, I don't know, one quarter, end up with, like, 20 points in a game. Yeah. I think he's just so explosive that he could have a month where he averages like 20 a game for the Wizards.
Kind of like Jared McCain last year, right? Where he just gangbusters, scoring a lot, had the ball in his hands, a lot of opportunity. With the defense behind him, I think that he's going to have so many opportunities on offense, because I think that defense is going to be okay. They're young, but I do think that they're going to create a lot of transition opportunities for him, and those guys are going to want to fly up and down the court.
Honestly, I'll throw it back to you, because I know a lot of the question about Tre was the finishing at the basket and how much he could improve on that part. The spacing feels like it's helped him get to the basket more, at least in Summer League. Yeah. How will that work in the NBA?
It's a great question. I'm like a little bit concerned just in terms of what Washington's spacing is going to look like more than anything. Yeah. And again, I mentioned this on the Athletic show that I recorded a little while ago, obviously, but they have a lot of wings. Like, they just have a lot of wings. They have Keyshawn George, who's going to get minutes. They have Will Riley, who maybe won't get minutes this year. But then they have Cam Whitmore and Corey Kispert, obviously. Chris Middleton's going to play on this team. Like, he needs to play because
I assume all their veterans are going to play.
Forget about the vets because there's so many young guys on this team, right?
You can't forget about the vets because this Washington team just lost by 20 last night to the Summer Suns. And that Summer Suns team was like half filled with guys who are going to be in Europe. So they need the vets like pretty desperately, I think. But the thing is about Tre Johnson, like, he provides a skill set that the younger guys don't really. Like, I like the growth from Keyshawn George that I've seen, particularly here. His first game at Summer League was outstanding. But beyond that, like, Cam Whitmore is obviously a scorer. I would want to have one of Tre Johnson or Cam Whitmore on the court at all times. But, like, my idea would be, like, I would love to see them go even, like, small at times and just say, like, we're going to throw Chris Middleton, Tre Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly out there on the wing, Bub Carrington at point, Sarr hopefully backing them up at center, and trying to make it work that way. Like, you have your defense, you have your vet, you have a guy who's like a real rhythm shooter. Like, Tre Johnson is a lights out shooter, guys. Like, he is a special shooter.
Special. So, and also, like, that unit can run.
Totally.
Maybe that's the way
I think that's their goal. I mean, when you watch them last
100%.
year, I mean, Sarr, I think a lot of his growth came when they started getting out more into transition, and he got more comfortable with that stuff. And when you've got that sort of speed with the ball handling of Tre Johnson, I think that you want to lean into that stuff. I mean, when they got on their nice little run last year with Chris Middleton out there, Jordan Poole really benefited greatly from that, right? And Middleton is another playmaker, allows you to release some pressure from the young guy. I mean, I think it works pretty well. Who would you have third?
I would better than that. Who is like a dark horse? Because I think the clear cut is like, okay, VJ, Dylan, those guys. Ace Bailey.
But the thing about I say Ace Bailey probably has a great shot, right? Because who else is going to get run in Utah that's going to pop? I worry, Dylan Harper, obviously, I think the Spurs are just loaded. And this is going to be, it's the Spurs also. So how
Where
often
are those touches going?
Stephen Castle was kind of an aberration, though, right? And unexpected, too. I mean, it seems like we had a different Rookie of the Year leader month by month throughout the season last year. So,
especially early on.
Yeah, it was a little bit different. Yeah, who's the dark horse?
I mean, like, the fact that Dylan Harper isn't third for this is, like, kind of wild to me.
Because the Spurs could be good, but and he might contribute.
I think he's better than Steph Castle. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I that speaks more about Dylan than it does about Steph, who I think is outstanding.
Right.
That dude's going to, like, have a real shot to maybe hit an all-star game at some point. But, like, I think Dylan is a stud. Like, the fact that he's not third is a little bit wild. But, like, if I'm going really off the board here, right? I mean, Walter Clayton at 40-1.
I like it.
Big number.
It's like fit Jamal Murray out there, man.
We had the comp earlier where we're like the movement that he has in pick and rolls, where he snakes the pick and roll, gets downhill. Like that does remind you of Jamal Murray-ish.
Yeah, he plays at a very like hoppy cadence that is hard, I think, for defenders to time. Because he's such a threat to pull up at any point on the court. Like he'll just rhythm dribble, dribble, and then he'll burst to the rim at times, or he'll step back.
Talented shooter too, right?
He's always playing off of 2 feet. He's always on balance. To your point, unbelievable shooter, obviously. So Utah needs somebody who can get buckets. They've gotten rid of Jordan Clarkson, like
Isaiah Collier. And I'm missing a guard that they are absolutely gonna,
because no one can remember these guys.
Keontae George.
Thank you. They have so many guards. So is
but
Walter
he's better
Clayton
than them. I just think day one he comes
you have
in.
to get that opportunity.
Probably is their best point guard.
You know?
Am I wrong here?
I don't know if he's their best point guard. Like, I think that Isaiah Collier is like a genuine passer and like downhill presence who is capable of getting paint touches. Like, Walt's not going to get those paint touches early on. But Collier can do that. The problem with Collier is he can't really score effectively in the NBA right now. I like them being able to play together. Like, Collier is this like big bowling ball who can maybe guard up the lineup a little bit. Walt, you play on ones. Like, I kind of think it can work, honestly.
Yeah, I love his level of competition, Walter Clayton, on defense. You know, like being a smaller guard, you always worry if it's more than effort when you're small, right? Like there's physical stuff, but you can overcome a lot of that by being as aggressive and as strong as he is. I mean, he's solid.
I mean, former football player,
exactly.
Like, you know, all-state football player, I believe in Florida, like was unbelievable.
I'm always a believer in guys that have an NBA body when they're drafted, right? I mean, I think that's the history has proven that to be pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year. And we pretty much can pencil in Victor Wembanyama for this award if he plays 65 games. I mean, I think we all agree here.
But that's the big question. Can he play 65 games? Obviously,
he played 70 in his rookie year.
Absolutely.
Like I do want to mention that.
Yeah. And it's not this question of like this is an injury-riddled player or anything like that. It's just the blood clot situation is obviously serious. If that reoccurs, then you have a situation where like you don't know if he's going to play 65 games.
And the Spurs are conservative.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I mean,
right.
an ankle turn for Victor Wembanyama is different than an ankle turn for, you know, Dylan Harper, for
Totally.
instance. What might be what we would consider a 10-day injury maybe becomes 20.
Sure.
And to miss 17 games in the NBA now, it's not hard.
Also, like, before I say this, Wembanyama is generational, genuinely one of the best defenders I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And he very easily will win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Right.
But the way OKC's defense is and how important voters stress on rim protection and how essential that is to defenses in general, Chet might be the guy for this award just because of that. Like, if they're ending up as the number one defense again next year and they're top of the Western Conference and Chet takes another step offensively, which puts him in another pedestal in terms of all-star conversations, etc., why not Chet?
Where's he on the odds?
So we've got the odds from Athletic, sportsbook partner.
Yes, BetMGM.
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama minus 180. Chet Holmgren 6.5 to 1. Evan Mobley 11 to 1. Dyson Daniels 25 to 1. Amen Thompson 25 to 1. Anthony Davis 30 to 1. Both Ivica Zubats and Lou Dort 40 to 1. I mean, the fact that Jaren Jackson.
What does Anthony Davis even have to do to win? I mean, they have to have a top 5 for sure defense.
Winning plus defense plus him crazy
win 45 games and a top 5 defense at least for Anthony Davis. That'd be a tough one.
I do just want to call out that all of Jaren Jackson, Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, and Draymond Green are 50 to 1 to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Crazy.
Those numbers are bonkers. They should be bet down immediately. Hopefully by some of our listeners.
Yeah, if you're listening, if you partake for entertainment purposes, by all means. That's absurd.
That's completely absurd.
Yeah, like if Rudy has a great year next year.
Are we being too biased toward these younger guys?
Kind of. That's kind of what I think's happening here. Although I will say, to S's point, Chet Holmgren is one of the best defenders,
100%.
like at his age, I've ever seen. Just point blank, and I've said that since he was at Gonzaga. His anticipation defensively is unlike anything that I like. It is better than Victor Wembanyama's anticipation defensively.
Yeah,
it's just that Victor has these tools.
He doesn't have to anticipate. Victor can make up. He can be 3 seconds late and make it up. Whereas Chet is always ahead.
Think about the difference here. Like Chet is 7 foot tall with like a 7'6" wingspan.
Yeah.
Victor is 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan.
Are we still saying 7'4"?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know. Can we get an official Victor Wembanyama?
There's actually a image here.
Yeah, are we counting that?
Yeah. He looks so tall when he's next to all these other guys that are 7-footers. I mean,
that's the point I'm going to say. Like, I mean, dude, the difference between like Victor and Chet and Chet and like Keegan Murray is the same. You know, like that's the level to which to which Victor has margin for error
like that. That's
defensively.
insane.
That's what you have to think about it as, though. Like it's like Keegan Murray is 6'8" or so with a 7-foot wingspan. Chet is 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan.
Yeah.
Victor is 7'4" with a 8-foot wingspan. It's crazy the level to which he has margin for error on defense and the level to which he gives San Antonio the ability to get aggressive defensively. Because one thing that you mentioned to me, having just now seen Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant out on the court, is how aggressive they are defensively.
Right.
Like Carter Bryant has been the best defensive player I've seen in Summer League so far.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like he's been awesome on that end.
The block on Cooper Flagg,
Unbelievable.
the way he moved it, he just switched his hips and got up.
Recovery time is insane.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. And then they have Stephon Castle, who's a very good defender as well. Like they have a number of bodies now that can get super aggressive on defense at the point of attack and try to bother opposing players on the ball right now and fighting over screens, knowing that they have Victor behind them.
Yeah.
To clean
For
up
what
everything.
it's worth, that could also, because I've seen this in the past, where if you have a lot of good defenders on one team,
Works against you.
It cannibalizes the vote, and so maybe that
OKC
hurts
this
OKC.
year?
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, look, I think Victor's the bet here for sure.
Yeah.
But, man, like, I don't know. Like, Draymond Green was the best defender in the NBA for the last 25 games this year.
He made sure we knew it. That's right.
I don't think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year this year. I feel quite strongly about that because the middle portion of his season was just not quite what it should have been. But for the last 25 games of the year, I don't really even think it was close.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was aggressively the best defensive player in the NBA. So for him to be at 50-1 on this thing is like,
But are the Warriors going to win enough games for him to be, you know what I mean?
Really good with Jimmy, man.
Yeah, but okay.
I think
we don't know even what that team's going to be, and it may be older than it already is, and it's pretty old.
I think that what I would say though is like I expect them to have a great defense almost regardless though.
Right.
Like what I'm worried about is like secondary shot creation, right? Like, you know, if Jimmy is out and, you know, Steph misses a game or two here and there, like it's going to be hard for them to create shots at the end of the day. Like kind of like we saw in the middle of the season this year where they got really, really rough, right?
Yeah.
So I think that they can rely on their defense, to be honest with you, and that'll be, you know, Draymond.
Right.
I mean, we don't talk enough about how good. Like Draymond talks enough about how good
greatest
Draymond is on
defender of his
defense.
generation.
I think he's the greatest defender of his generation.
Yeah, so-
or at least maybe like the smartest defender.
Greatest, and one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
You know, he really spurred this small ball revolution by being able to do what he does, right? By being a
You talk
wing
about
who can play center.
anticipation with Chet, like
Yes.
doing
Yeah,
it
that's
at
the other guy.
Draymond's size
Exactly.
is incredible.
And captaining the defense. Like
Yes.
if you watch him on the back line, the way he's communicating to
Yep.
all of his teammates at all times is unbelievable. There's a project that I'm a part of that I won't get into too many details on, where I was asked to rank like the top 25 players in the 20th century or 21st century to this point, like of the last 25 years, basically. And Draymond Green may or may not have been on the original list of 50. And I immediately like hit the person and was like, no, like
Forgot Draymond Green.
you guys forgot Draymond. Because like I think there's a realistic chance that I vote him in the top
Of the 2000s?
Of the-
or
Yeah, of the 2000s.
of the 2000s, yeah. Like has him or Tracy McGrady had a more relevant career?
That's a good
Like,
question.
I mean, Tracy's
Draymond
been
Green-
Like hoop enthusiasts will be like,
Yeah.
well, of course Tracy McGrady, but just impact.
Yeah, like think about like impact on the NBA. I think it's Draymond Green, like undeniably.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, the peel switch,
1,000%.
right? It becomes a thing because Draymond Green is so amazing at it.
or the purposeful switch, frankly.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's real. So no, I mean, I think the world of Draymond Green. Like I think that dude is an unbelievable, somehow still might be underrated defender, even though he reminds us at every single opportunity how good he is.
Well, that's a little bit of the Tyrese Halliburton stuff, right? Because Draymond attracts a lot of his own attention. I think people just, you know, they tune it out at a certain point.
He's not a bad bet.
No, that's
He's honestly not a
I
bad
mean, that's
bet.
pretty good. I don't gamble, but you know,
not bad.
if you do.
Yeah.
Okay. MVP.
Sure.
All right, Shai just won it.
Yeah.
We know it's hard to win a second one in a row. You really got to take it up a notch. I don't know how he could possibly take up what he just did another
it's
notch. Maybe it's some of that playmaking that we saw in the finals. Maybe it's more, you know, higher assist totals, whatever it is. How do we rank Shai by the odds?
So I just want to say that BetMGM right now does not have Shai as the favorite for MVP.
Okay.
They have Nikola Jokic at plus 220.
That was my assumption.
Shout out our partners, BetMGM. By the way.
Yep.
Shai at plus 280, Luka at plus 700, Giannis at plus 1,000, Wemby at plus 1,300, Ant at plus 1,400, and then we get into Jalen Brunson at 30-1,
Right.
Cade at 40-1, Mitchell at 50-1, Steph at 66-1, Paulo 66-1.
I like the Giannis bet.
Giannis is a pretty good one.
Because like, who is going? If the Bucks end up becoming a playoff team next year, it's because Giannis has a ridiculous season, like he had last year. Truthfully.
Yeah.
This was a guy who averaged like 30, 12, and 6 last year on crazy efficiency, worked in the mid-range and a career level. If he just does that again for a team that ends up like the 4-5 seed, and he's willing a team with Miles Turner.
I think he's
as
going
his
to. They're going
second
to have
best
to be
player.
top 3 in the East.
So here would be my thing. And I mean no disrespect to our fellow media folks that vote on this.
Yeah.
At least some of them that do the work on it. There are genuinely a lot of voters that do an enormous amount of work.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Fred Katz, who is a voter.
Absolutely.
And like the number of players that he called to like really dig in and like do like I mean no shots at the people who really do the work.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of voters where the narrative means a lot to this.
Yep.
And Giannis's narrative is going to be a very easy pitch next year,
Absolutely.
I think, to S's point. Like, Giannis leading a team where the second best player is Miles Turner and AJ Green is playing 30 minutes a night and Kevin Porter Jr. is your starting
Second
point guard.
best
like,
ball handler?
Yes,
Right?
I think he is, honestly.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that the narrative, if Giannis averages 35, 12, and 6.
If he averages 35, he's probably going to win the MVP.
I don't think
he
that's
needs a top
impossible.
3 seed either.
You don't think so?
I think like top 6. Because what? Jokic won that year where he won. They were 6th, right?
Something like that. And, Russ won when he was
6th seed. But you have to do something
whatever it was.
incredible.
Totally.
Like statistically to do that.
He's
if he's
capable
at
of
35
that,
a game, I agree with that. I like that.
I think he's capable. But like Jokic and Shai are the two here,
Jokic is as the front runner. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like they improved their team so much.
Yeah.
The thing, and there's been a little bit of burnout, but I think that the tide has switched and now everyone's getting into we don't appreciate Nikola Jokic enough. Right? Like Jokic and Giannis kind of have a similar thing here where they're multiple time MVPs. You could say there's been a little bit of like voter fatigue.
Yeah.
And now it's been a couple years. I think Jokic is probably, if they do what we expect them to do, and they're one of the 2 best teams in the West, it's Jokic's award. Essentially, I would guess. I mean, we know the numbers he's going to put up. He's too consistent. He plays so many games.
I do wonder, like, how voters will see, like, the Shai versus Jokic thing next year after this year, where it was like such a scratch and claw thing. I kind of think those two and Giannis are the 3 guys worth
they always will be
including here. So I'm just really fascinated to kind of I think of it when I'm talking about MVP as what voters will do, not what I think a lot of the time. Because that's kind of, if you're, we're talking about gambling odds and everything, like that's the most important part of gambling odds, you know what I mean? So,
and also Shai's case, like the threshold is so high for him to win it again.
Right.
Because of the 68 win.
The team is so good.
Yeah. He, like, in soccer terms, this man had, like, the treble in terms of the season that he had, right? Yeah. How do you repeat that? I don't know you can.
And the secret's out on J-Dub now, right?
If we're talking
everyone knows
right?
how good his sidekick is. His sidekick scored 40 in a finals game.
Way too long for people to figure that out.
I agree with that. I mean, I don't know how a guy makes like all NBA defense.
Well, it's always he has to prove it when it matters.
Well, he had to make some shots in the playoffs. Is really what it was about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Luka real quick because this is actually an interesting one.
Sure.
Okay. We've all seen skinny Luka.
Can I just note real quick before you get into this? LeBron is 150 to 1 to win MVP.
And we all love narrative. And wouldn't that be a narrative we could cook up? So, but with Luka, okay, he plays for the Lakers. That's a narrative, okay?
Yeah.
If they are good at all, it's going to be because Luka has a ridiculous season.
Yeah.
What does he have to do, and what do the Lakers have to do for him to get into the conversation with those other 3 guys?
I think that before I answer that, like I think people have kind of forgotten how good Luka is, like a little bit, like the short-term mindset of things.
Absolutely.
Luka made first team All-NBA like 5 times in his first 6 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. Like that's completely bonkers, guys. He is one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen in my life. He's 6'8". He's a tank. Nobody can deal with him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if he comes back in shape consistently, it's a totally different ball game. And I will note, like, I think the last image that people have of Luka is him being heavier in the playoffs. And I think that it's probably a misnomer a little bit. Like, I'm not saying he's going to look like rookie year Luka did necessarily, but I think it's a little bit of a misnomer because he dealt with the calf injury and really, I think, struggled to kind of condition himself and get him back into shape during
he never
the
really
season.
looked like the Luka of old when he was with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like he had certain moments, but it still felt like he was getting in rhythm, especially for the first couple months. Like his shot was off.
When he first came back, remember, he was a little bit early coming back from a calf injury, and he pushed to come back because, there's all this pressure. You play for the Lakers now. We're going to put you on TV. And he was never, I mean, honestly, I think that if he would tell you the truth, he was probably never fully healthy that season. The calf injuries, these guys re-aggravate them all the time. It's hard to keep your cardio up.
Okay, so the question would be
What
like
do the
team
Lakers
success,
have to do?
right?
They would have to be. I mean, he would have to either do the Giannis thing where his numbers are ridiculous and they are the 6th seed or whatever, or his numbers are Luka numbers, but they're top 4. And I don't know if they've got the talent for that. Do you love the Ayton move for them?
I am going to be endlessly entertained by the Ayton move, and I am very appreciative of the Lakers for doing it. DeAndre and JJ Redick is going to give us some real comedy that I'm excited to watch. And that's not DeAndre might be totally great.
I think it's going to be good.
Like, he might be great. There's a real chance if he comes in, sets screens, makes contact on screens, does not slip them, rolls hard to the rim, does not live in the mid-range to take mid-range jumpers, which I felt like he did way too often in Portland, and just does exactly what he did when he was in Phoenix. I think that he can be great for them. He also has to get back in transition. There are a number of things here. He has the maddening, infuriating thing about DeAndre is he has all of the tools to be exactly what the Lakers need. Not just a
perfect pair.
Not just like he's an upgrade on Jackson Hayes. No, he has a chance to be a massive upgrade for them and be like a top 15 center in the league. We've seen it happen before, but it comes down to him is the thing. And he needs to make the right decisions to do that. And I hope that JJ Redick is able to motivate him in the way that he needs.
So Luka's MVP case is Ayton having an all-star.
What if DeAndre Ayton, this is an award we're going to talk about, but DeAndre Ayton for most improved player, to me, seems like a nice,
the number 1 overall pick wins most improved player. I don't know. I get it.
It's about his career, not the expectations. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at the year he had last year, is not good at all.
Right.
I mean, and then his reputation at this point, where essentially when we found out that the buyout was happening, there were more jokes being made about the buyout and snow days than there were people speculating where he might wind up.
1.5 free throws per game in his time in Portland.
I mean, that's going to have to go up. He's going to have to be more aggressive, especially around the hoop. He's got to get, and I like his jump hook. It's a great jump hook, but sometimes you've got to just power dribble and go up because you need to put pressure on the rim.
Correct.
Yeah. And this is the biggest thing that it hampered him in that finals run. They go up 2-0 and all of a sudden he wants to touch no one, and they died because of it. I do think that he's landing in the right spot. If LeBron is going to be there, I think that's a massive boost to DeAndre Ayton. Just having that presence in the room. And it's like the seriousness of what they're doing. I think this is a really good position for him to be in.
I think so. I hope so, honestly. I really genuinely hope that for DeAndre. I don't love it when players don't live up to what they have potential to be. And, just a few other most improved player candidates. No name dropping here because this is a different thing that we'll talk about. Denny Avdia is listed very highly. Clement Thompson, Scoot Henderson, Andrew Demartin, Ben Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, Asar Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, wherever he ends up, Trey Murphy, Jalen Johnson, Max Christie is a name here.
I like the Nembhard pick because that's where I was going. Because just like opportunity.
Nembhard makes a lot of sense. He's going to have the ball in his hands so much. Can hit the mid-ranger. I mean,
was Ayton in that list, by the way?
No. Sleeper. I don't know. I don't know. The narrative, though.
It's tough.
Where's the narrative for most improved? Anything on your mind about next season? Like, what are you excited for, Sam?
I am really excited to watch Cooper Flagg. You obviously have not watched a ton of Cooper yet.
No, but I've seen enough to be.
I assume. It's awesome, guys. And look, I want to give people a little bit of a pause here. It's going to take a little bit of time for him with he's not going to come in at 18 years old and be like a maestro in ball screens that is out here like dominating, like slicing defenses up all the time. But man, that dude's like competitive character and just the way he plays hard. Like it's Summer League here, it's very clear to me that Dallas has come in with a strategy of like, we're going to give you all the on-ball reps that you want, man. Like we have Ryan Nembhard here. If you need to, offload the ball to get the ball up the court, go ahead. But you didn't have any problems with Carter Bryant.
I keep watching the guy make the right pass, make the right play, and he's fast with it too. Like the 0.5 decision making is there, and that's huge for a rookie.
He's also so big that like ball pressure doesn't. I mean, obviously he will have some turnovers, but generally ball pressure will not matter as much against him because of his physicality and size.
What he is so good at because he's so physical, to your point, is when defenders try to like chase him. Like if he takes an early screen in the backcourt, right? He is so good at just cutting off the angle and leaning into them and making it so they cannot get back. Like Carter Bryant is 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan, with a 6'6" barefoot, with 7-foot wingspan, 220 pounds or whatever. Yeah. He had no chance to get back in front of him today. Yeah. Like he had no chance. Like he had that incredible recovery block, undeniably, but actually getting back in front, Cooper is so good at cutting off that angle and being able to keep in front of his man to maintain the advantage and force that help. I think that's something that like will genuinely translate day one. Wow. The shooting, we'll see. Like the shooting is gonna.
The shot looks good to me.
Off the catch, it'll be better than pull up, obviously.
Yes,
totally. I would say that the pull up off the dribble is his wrist is a little bit loose. Not to get in the weeds on shooting. His wrist's a little bit loose on the way up,
and it's a super wide base as well. Like when he takes pull ups,
and wide is okay. Wide is okay, except for on pull ups. And so, but these are all things that when he gets into the NBA gym and he's working with these guys, it's gonna go. He's gonna fix and stuff. I am a believer in Cooper Flagg. I've seen enough.
It's easy to be, honestly.
Exactly.
It's very easy
he looks like he's going to be great. Sam, thanks for hanging out with us, man. I really appreciate you joining the show. For Sam Vecenie and Baraheni, I'm Dave DuFour, and this has been the NBA Daily. Thanks for waking up with us.